What's up, boys? My name is Patty Fatty Cake, and as you can tell by the title of the video, today we are going to be talking about the runecrafting skill. Just a quick few items. If you are following the channel, you will know that I am going to start my Road to Max series here, and with that, I have started on the X shittiest of skills, runecrafting. I say X shittiest because basically forever, runecrafting was the worst skill in RuneScape. You used all your lamps on it, you dreaded doing it, and everybody over 50 runecrafting was 100% a bot in my eyes, and probably yours as well. Just looking at the camera on the side of my face, no, I did not get punched in the eye. I have sunburn all over my face, and the rest of me that's covered up right now. Just got back from a vacation, and if you can't tell, I'm a pretty pale boy, and the sun and me do not get along whatsoever. So the skin on my face is peeling away a little bit. Don't mind that. I'm just gonna get right into it. I want to talk a little bit about the current status of runecrafting. Basically, where it was, where it is now, and my deep appreciation for what they've done to it, especially right before I decided to try to max out my account here. Before I dive into it, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. Gets me just that little bit closer to telling you about my favorite new mobile game, and telling you all about a bunch of in-game currencies that mean nothing to you because you've never played it any time in the past. Likes are appreciated, and if you do have any suggestions for me, please leave them down in the comment section below. The timing on these changes could not have been any better. Runecrafting was the worst. I would rather pick flax for a T-bow, I would rather kiss a prostitute, I would rather play RuneScape 3 than endure 5 minutes of conventional runecrafting. Let's look at conventional runecrafting. Basic setup is you go to a bank, you fill up your inventory with the essence, the Dayald essence, the pure essence, whatever you're using. You bring that to the runecrafting altar, you craft it into runes, and you just repeat this process over and over again. The amount of EXP that you get is beyond pissant. It's abysmal. Imagine any other skill you running back and forth in that manner, maybe like 3 minutes, 5 minutes a round trip, depending on the era that we're talking about in RuneScape. And you get like 150 experience for that, and maybe even less before pouches, or even if you're too low level to have pouches, you don't have pouches yet because you're a UIM or something stupid along those lines. But yeah, imagine any other skill, like just like regular crafting or fletching or something. If you spent like 5 minutes of your time for like 150 to 300 experience. It's just so miserable, the amount of time and effort that went into getting such a minute amount of experience. There were 2 ancient updates that aimed to make this slightly better by making it a little bit faster. However, the whole experience of runecrafting is just so dog shit that even slightly improving the rates, or even massively improving the rates, didn't really do anything to make the skill any less abysmal. Let's take a look at the first of one of these that I'm thinking about here. That'd be Abyss runecrafting. I don't know when it came into the game. I think it was in old school at the start of it, so it had to be before 2007. So we're talking real old here, but for so many years, Abyss runecrafting was the best way to runecraft. So basically, you'd come here to Edgeville, you'd fill up your inventory and your sack. You'd have your glory amulet equipped. You don't need all that stuff. I was just playing GOTR, so I got all that on here. But yeah, you're running north. Like this dude is for some reason unironically engaging in this activity. So you're going to run through the wilderness where you can get PK'd. Back in the day, there were a lot of people who did PK here, so you would often get PK'd on your way here, lose your glory, lose your pouches, have to do all of that over again. You're going to come to this big thing, randomly spawns you in anywhere, and then you have to go through one of these skill checks to get into the middle. If you're low level, like most of us were back then, it's going to take you 3 or 4 tries to get in the middle, constantly failing. You're taking damage from all of these little guys on the edge here, and that brings you to this little intersection. Like a portal nexus? I don't really even know what you want to call this. So basically, you'd find wherever you were looking to go. I've actually not tried the new Blood Altar, so I guess we'll check that one out anyways. But yeah, so you basically find where it is. You don't have it highlighted because you're not on RuneLight back in the day here. And you're just going through this. It's always spawning you the furthest possible way that you could possibly be away from it. You select your spawn point, and then you're at the altar. Just same old thing as you would with the normal one, and then you're back to Edgeville, and just repeat. Back in the day, you didn't have giant pouches or anything, so where I just got like 500 or 600 EXP there for that entire run, you'd get like 300 or 400 if you had some of the better pouches. All in all, slightly better than the previous runecrafting experience of running back and forth to the altar or teleporting to the lava altar, the fire altar there, but not really all too much different. The basic concept's the same. You're going to the bank, refilling, going to the altar. It's just a slightly better method to get to the altar while risking all of your shit in the wilderness. So the next one's the Ourania altar. So you're here under, I guess, Ourania, also known as the Zeah. We're here by the Zami dude over kind of by Castle Wars. No real great way to get here other than just Ourania teleport in the Lunars, but this concept is the same. You bank with this guy, but you gotta pay him runes that you have in your inventory, so that's miserable. And then you're running through this dungeon where you're getting attacked by these guys. Not really too big of a deal because I am max combat wearing some gear that is weighing me down, and I'm only doing one run for demonstration for the video, but you're wearing graceful, so you're getting hit a lot. You're low level, so you're getting hit even more. You can do this in another world with a bunch of other people, and then you click this altar, and it gives you random runes. But as you can tell, we're getting a decent amount of experience compared to some of the other methods. You teleport back over to the beginning here, and you repeat. The concept is the same. You're getting essence out of your bank. This time, paying for it with runes to access your bank. Running through this dungeon while getting hit by all these mobs, super annoying, and then you're getting a pissant amount of experience, teleporting out, and repeat. Sped it up a little bit by increasing the EXP rates, which are still completely dog shit, and then it's just the same old runecrafting method of running in a circle, just agility with touching an altar first. Last and not least, should mention that was like kind of the tried and true pure sweat method that everybody's been doing since the dawn of time here is lava runes. I'm not going to set up my inventory to do lavas. I paid my dues on 2 accounts getting to 77 with that, and I just simply refuse to gear up or even look up how to re-gear for that because I have permanently deleted it from my memory. Lava rune crafting is the purest and worst form of runecrafting you can possibly do. I think it's still technically the best experience in the game. I don't see why anybody would really want to do it now unless you're paying for runners and really want to get just the quick experience or going for records or any crazy bullshit like that. But it's just awful. It's super click intensive. There's just a high pressure to be perfect with all of your clicks, filling the bank, getting out to the teleport. It's over at the fire altar. So it's just, I'm not really going to explain the method, but it's just way clickier, super obnoxious. And if you look at the rates on the wiki for this method, it's going to tell you, I don't know really what it is now, but when I was doing it, the wiki was telling me I was going to get about 70k an hour. I paid my hardest attention, clicked almost, it seemed to me at the time to be tick perfect. I got really good at banking, etc. And the maximum I ever saw on that thing was like 55k an hour, like not even close. Like 70% of what the wiki and some other YouTube videos were telling me that I should be getting. And I could only maintain that for like 10 to 15 minutes. Like it's absurd. Like eventually over an hour or 2 hours of it, which you probably can't even do 2 hours of it without getting carpal tunnel. I think it was averaging like 45 to 50k an hour, which like doesn't seem that bad when you're looking at some of the other rates of the other runecrafting methods, probably like 15 to like 30k an hour, just like running to the altar through the abyss and everything. But just like for the level of click intensity, I'd compare it to like any other like tick manipulation strategy where you're getting like 150 to even like 300k an hour for various activities. It's just so much lower than the other ones for the same amount of effort, which just runecrafting was fucking terrible. So what changed, you might ask? let's head over to the land of Sis, and I will tell you about the first of 2 updates that I wanted to talk about. If you couldn't tell by my choice of fairy ring, we are going to the Zeah runecrafting altars. I don't have the level for soul runes yet, so I'm going to be showing you the blood runes. The reason this update was so dope is that you can just straight up AFK like the entirety of this, and if you have your settings on RuneLite, it's really just a couple of clicks to get around here. Really nice on mobile if you're doing some other stuff in the meantime, because you can basically just AFK this first part. It does switch up between these 2 dense runestones. They do run out for some reason. Please, for the love of God, change this so I can just one-click AFK the entire thing. Other than that, it's not too bad. You run to this next altar. You just click on it to venerate your dark essence blocks. I just simply cannot talk today. You zoom your minimap all the way out. You click over there. Your guy's running. You usually get two inventories of these before going over, just because it's a little bit more efficient. I'm not going to do that because I'm trying to make a video here. But yeah, you just chisel these guys on your way to and from. Once you're over at the altar, you just bind your runes like you do every other rune crafting method. If you actually did the 2 full inventories like you're supposed to, you chisel the rest of them, use it on that. Then you just head over here and go back to the dense runestones, rinse and repeat. Kind of a similar theme as the other ones. You're doing advanced agility with crafting runes in the middle of it. But the reason that this makes rune crafting so much nicer is just the AFK element. You get a couple minutes of AFK time here and there. There's so much less clicking. It's so much less activity that you have to put forth into the game. And the rewards are pretty decent. If you saw there, I think I got like a 2,500 EXP drop. Not too bad for what amounts to basically 0 time if you're doing this during something else. I'm sure you all knew that this video was leading to this, but jagex really outdid themselves here. This is, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, skilling update jagex has put forth into old school RuneScape, and I'm talking about the Guardians of the Rift minigame. This has single-handedly taken runecrafting from being the worst skill, the lamp skill, in the game to being, I don't know, one of the, I'm not gonna say one of the better because it isn't good. It's still shit. Well, don't get me wrong. But it made it so much better that we are tricking ourselves into thinking that Guardians of the Rift is actually enjoyable. It's much more engaging. There's still the element of running to the altars. I guess we're never really gonna get away from that one. But there's just so much more to do. There's a bunch of bonus EXP after you complete the game. There's points for a reward shop. There's a little bit of a gambling aspect of guardian pulls to get all the unique rewards and the pearls to buy the other loots. It's just such a better experience. Let me turn off the chat here before things get a little bit crazy. Unfortunately, it is a little bit like Wintertod where you have to avoid the other people there, but really the other people there is the only downside to this. Another thing that makes this minigame so much better than conventional runecrafting is the reward system. With all the conventional runecrafting methods, all you're getting is the runes that you're crafting, which is fine. Runes are good. It's in the name. They do magic, and we need them. But also in this minigame, you're still getting all the runes that you would normally, maybe some different ones that you wouldn't normally get, but you're also getting rewards from the reward shop. I did want to talk about those because they do make the minigame a little bit better, not only just for some goal setting purposes, but they also actually make the gameplay more enjoyable, more rewarding over time, and I'll throw up the rewards on screen here and go through my highlights for them. Here's the graphic I made, sick as hell, I know. The other cool thing about these is the way that you do pull the rewards out. There's a little bit of like a gambling type of thing with it. You can store up reward points, get them all in one bunch. It's just kind of fun to do. You know, it's a cool way to deliver the rewards, kind of the way that they're doing with the raids, where you don't know what the purple chest is until you get it. Always fun, like those little chocolate eggs, forgot what they called them, like Wonder Balls or something like that. Anyways, we got the lantern. The lantern makes the minigame a lot better. Not too useful outside of it, except for flexing with that fashionscape. Looks sick as hell. I absolutely love this item. You get the big needle for the big pouches. The runecrafting set gives you 60% more runes while runecrafting, which is huge. And an honorable mention, because it doesn't actually come from this minigame, would be the blood essence. You get it from Nex, you get it from TOA, but this one also is going to give you a large increase to the amount of runes that you're making if they happen to be blood runes. So if you combine this and the rune crafting outfit, you're going to get a shitload of blood runes, which is just going to make the grind that much more profitable. And there you have it. Rune crafting is no longer the shittiest skill. Friendship ended with mining. Rune crafting is new best friend. Thank you for joining me, and I will catch you next time.